Check. Check 2. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, have that. So today we are going to add our tokens, especially the refresh tokens, once used, to a deny list. So if you log in, you'll get your access token and your refresh token. Your access token is valid for a shorter amount of time than a refresh token. When the access token is expired, the front end will send a refresh token and add it to a deny list, and then send you a new pair of access and refresh tokens. So we need to add that into our D1 database. And well, we already are adding them. So we are let's see, this is on our generate token. We create the access and the refresh token, and then we insert excuse me, the user ID and the token into our D1 database. I think we need an additional field. I think we want to store the JTI of the refresh token. Potentially, we also want to store the JTI of the access token. Let's do that. We can then drop it later if we don't want it. But if we want to blacklist the access token generated for a refresh token, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we want to add a access token JTI and a refresh token JTI. So then we need to execute our script. So our script is in schema SQL. So that was Wrangler D1 execute file schema.sql. Cool. So we ran that locally. Oh, foreign key constraint failed. Foreign key constraint failed. Oh, I need no, those can and those, yes, text is fine because they're UUIDs, so they'll contain numbers, letters, and hyphens. Why are we getting A foreign key constraint failed. Let's just drop all of our tables. Foreign key constraint failed on D1. Delete tables. Do we need to delete them in a... I bet we need to delete them in a different order, because I bet this needs to come before users. So because refresh tokens relies on users, it's not able to drop users. No. SQL code did not contain a statement. Oh, well, let's uncomment these back out. Error near drop syntax. Error. Oh. Okay. Cool. So now let's just check the table info, refresh tokens, user ID, access token JTI, refresh token JTI. Cool. So let us, it's here. So we want this and this. So we need to bind two more values, which are access token, auth token. We call that auth token. Oh, I'm considering changing the name to access token instead of auth token. Not sure. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just, I wonder if there is an actual significant difference between auth token versus access token. Wonder if there's a standard. Okay, I think it should actually be access token. Access to, yeah, let's call it an access token just to be consistent with oh, that's, no, I wanted to do yeah, I'm seeing access token, and I think some of the reading I was doing for something else yesterday. Oh, let's see. I believe access token was used. Okay. Heck, we even called the token type access. Okay. Auth payload. Access payload. Auth in the source directory. Okay, so the only mention of auth, actually, let's just make sure that we don't care about, we ignore case. No authorization header. Okay, cool. So now we can add access token or access payload JTI and refresh payload JTI. Okay, that is. All right, so we're supposed to be inserting the user ID, the token, which is the refresh token, because this is into the refresh token table, the access payload JTI into the access token JTI. Let's add in okay, we're defaulting the expiration date. I set that by default, but that really shouldn't be, the more I think about it, because they would be slightly different anyway. And let's not set the expiration date. Let's add it in refresh payload exp. So this is the reason that we decided to do it as a default. It's because now we need to transform it from an integer into an SQL date time. Let's see. Just can't remember the specific syntax. It's probably changing it to a string, maybe, but let's see. How do I transform fresh payload dot exp into an SQLite date time format? Oh, okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So potentially letting the database do it. There. There. Okay, so that is possibly how we can transform it using the database. So user ID, token, expiration date is the refresh payload.exp. Oh, here's where that exp went. Access token JTI, refresh token JTI. Okay, let's save that. We now also, because we made a change to not defaulting, we want to rerun our SQL script. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, so now if we log in, we should check that one again, and then oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, so fresh tokens are empty. So let's go and log in. Okay, we have an access token and a refresh token. Oh, date time is not defined. Okay. So it did not like date time. All right, let's see. What was the other option it gave us? It was to multiply it by 1,000 and then so let's see what let's see it so we can see that a little better. Let's just double check that. So we had, come on. Okay. Now equals new date. All right. exp equals now plus 60 times 60 times 24 times 7. Oh, because it thinks, how did we, is that not what we did before? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so then date equals this. Oh. So EXP. So that's the new date. And then let's just do it step by step so we can understand it fully. But so this is going to turn it back into the ISO string. And then I'm going to replace the T with a space. And then we just want the first 19 characters. So does that drop the Z? Oh, and the milliseconds. Okay. That is what I was expecting it to do, but just to be sure. Okay, so now is our server running? And log in, still having a failure. Error 4 values for 5 columns. 4 values, 5 columns. Question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. No failure. Okay. I know. Oh, wow. I know you can't read that. I can't read it. But we have the refresh token, a user ID, the access token, the refresh token, the JTIs of those, the actual token, an expiration date, whether it's in a deny list, and when it was denied. Cool. Which is what we wanted. So now we're storing that. Now let's just double check that our access token does work. It does, as expected. Okay. Now, so we have the results being inserted. We don't need to keep logging all of this. Those are constants, really. I wonder if it's fine. I'm thinking about how to optimize the date calculation so that we don't run out of execution time, since we're limited to the 10 milliseconds. We're not using the await, so because we're just running it. So if we're not using the results, we can just do that. I don't think there's a way to. It's possible we don't have to wait for the results and can return the values, but I don't know how the execution within a Cloudflare worker persists after. But also, if there's a failure to connect to the database, we may not want to send that refresh token. So let's leave it as it is. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go, is we'll leave it like that. So then the next thing is that when a user verifies their, or when they try to, let's see here, when they try to refresh a token, we are getting the payload from the verify refresh token. Let's just call this exchange refresh token. Because we're doing more than verifying. We're going to actually exchange it. Yeah, we're about to. So we're going to, if it's not a refresh token, return did we already bail out if there is no refresh token? Refresh token. If there's no refresh token, then invalid refresh token. Then we create our repository, get the payload. Don't need to log that here. If there is no payload, you fail. So that's getting the subscriber. So that's really not exchanging it. So I don't, considering whether Exchange should know about generate, but I don't think it should. I think it should, what's the right word here? So we're going to verify it and verify and deny. So if it's valid, we want to deny it. We can still allow generate to do the generation. So verify and deny. Yeah, I don't love that name. Verify and deny. Because we are just verifying it and denying it, so it does have that mutation. We could verify it and then deny it after the fact, but I don't think we ever want to not deny it after it's been used. So, yeah, verify and deny. All right. Okay, so if it is not a refresh token, bail out. And verify is from Hono's JWT. So that should already deal with the expiration. Okay. And that returns that already. So now here we want to yes, actually, that is exactly it. So we've already verified it. We verified it's a refresh. We check if, and then yes, and then where token equals that and deny list not deny list, or let's just be more explicit, and deny list is false. Let's actually see if that is the correct syntax. Where okay, and where is true? Okay. Is true. No, I had it right before. Okay, so now if there isn't a result, we return none. And then otherwise we want get token statement. Deny token. Token equals token. Set deny list true, comma. Deny list state equals now. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. SQLite doesn't have a now function, but it didn't have a date time function either. When we tried that, it failed. Well, let's actually just select date time now. Okay. So we must have just done something funky last time. Okay. All right, so we are going to add this token to the deny list. Now let's see what we get. So we have our refresh token. We are going to send it here. This should give us a new access token and refresh token. Internal server error. Exchange refresh function. Yes, that is correct. I didn't save this file. We have a new access token and a new refresh token. Ends in X08. Yeah, okay, cool. So now if we come back over here, and if we select where deny list is false, hopefully we get no results. It didn't set it. Deny the list. Did we have any? All right. Set deny list true. Verify and deny refresh token. Verified. Pass in the refresh token. Run. I think that is right. Yeah, so there is where we are inserting the token. It is .run. And we did the binding up above, which seems to be okay. We could move the binding to the execution. I don't think that's it though, because otherwise we would have had an invalid refresh token here. Make sure I'm running locally. I am. So why are you not functioning? Let's log it out. Log it out. Let's see if we get anything of value. Invalid refresh token. Invalid refresh token. All right, let's just... So the results are... We end in 08 KP. Oh! I'm so silly. It just worked. That's the new token. Try to troubleshoot something that's working. Okay, cool. So we don't need this. That is all working. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. I was gonna say something about blacklisted or deny listed, but there's no need. Okay, so we are expiring the existing token, and we are unable to reuse the refresh token. Now, we can create a deny list for access tokens, or we could validate that an access token is valid based on whether its refresh token has been used. We could blacklist any given access. So every access token should be attached to a refresh token now. Right, so if every access token is attached to a refresh token, we could, so we've refreshed this token now. So this should still work right now, because that is the token we got from our initial login. This refresh token is in the deny list, but this access token works. So if we take the access token so we validated it to this point, we could do a wow, look at that. It knew exactly what I wanted. Results, invalid access token. Okay. So now if we try to access this, that should fail. Invalid token. Wait, why does that say invalid token? Oh, because we logged that, but we returned null. So if we come back to our logs here, invalid access token. Okay, we don't need to. We do want to. So I'm wondering how much logging we want about whether that token exists but was invalid. I mean, as it was in the denial list. So if somebody's trying to access the system over and over with a denial listed token. It's okay. It's okay. So anyway, if we log in again, we now have a new access token. This access token should work. And it should continue to work. And continue to work, no problem. But the only thing that is I just want to so let's token. Let's get the user ID, the access token, JWT, the refresh token, JWT, the expiration date, the denial list, and the denial list date, just so that it doesn't screw up the screen formatting. Oh, from refresh token. Refresh tokens. Okay. So we have two active tokens. I don't have that access token at the moment because I didn't save it. But I do have the refresh token. So but that could be a real world possibility. Say a user logs in from a device and then in, say, incognito mode or private or a private window, logs in, then kills that session. So those tokens can exist in the world, but not actually be stored anywhere. So they've been lost to the ether. I think I'm pretty happy with this for now. Perhaps we should start trying to actually use it from a front end application. Now, do I want to try to build it in something like React or Vue or just plain vanilla JavaScript? I'm not a front end engineer, so whatever I choose, I'm sure I will do it a disservice. I know Vue the best, so let's use React, I think. I guess actually I know vanilla JavaScript the best, but yeah, so let's see about adding this, or actually let's commit this. All right, so we added our refresh token, which has that information. Yeah, it's fine. All right, because that was some of the work we did yesterday. Yeah, so this is all some stuff from yesterday as well. Yep. Happy. Yes. Oop. Yes. All right. Git commit. Refresh tokens can now only be used once, and a denied refresh token blocks the paired access token. Cool. Okay, so now we're going to dive into some more front-end type stuff. So let's see, for that, we're going to actually let's test this in actual Cloudflare instead of the remote. So we don't want to run this locally. We want to run this against our remote database. Then we want to do a worker deploy. It's just regular deploy. Okay. Cloudflare. Okay. Deployment. Okay, so it is active. Postman. Local. Let's see. That's a new environment. Oh, that's no environment. Add an environment. Cloudflare worker 1. URL. Save that. Cloudflare worker 1. What? So if we try to log in, no authorization header. Logs. logs. Ah, there's an extra slash. That's what happened. Edit. Move that. Save that. Okay, we have an access token. And if we come back here and go to D1, fresh tokens. There's our token, that being our refresh token. So if we come here, get our custom. Oh. There's our customer. Now if we refresh this token, we refresh it, invalid refresh token. Oh, there's our new access token. Let's just grab that. So now if we come back to here and how do I just refresh the page? That's not cool. There should be a way to refresh the table data. Okay, so we have two tokens now. One should be expired or denied. Yes. So now if we try to access here again, this should be denied. We can go ahead and grab this though while we're here. If we try to refresh the token again, invalid refresh token. The access token is good. Okay. That was testing. Health check. Let's check our URL. Okay. Doesn't do much of anything at the moment. I could check that it actually is able to connect to key value as well as connect to database. Could also maybe tell me count of customers or some other information that might be valuable, but maybe not. All right. Good stuff. So we deployed it. It's working. Got 30 more minutes before I need to get off, so we can start the front end project. So I'm just considering whether to run it from a worker page or from I think being able to deliver the static page might not, from a static page within a worker, might not, might be interesting. We might also learn if there's a way to do a build. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If I add it to the Cloudflare page that already exists for DevOpsDave.net, the build process executes within Cloudflare and not within like a GitHub action. So the actual build process, like React build, isn't going to have an opportunity to execute. I don't want to deploy it locally every time. I mean, we can do that for now, but I want to understand how we're going to deploy this longer term. Before making a decision. Let's see. Cloudflare worker. So that's deploying locally. Let's sign up. I'm already logged in. All right, that didn't take me where I wanted to go. Okay. Quick starts is there. I wonder if there's anything just reference platform. Project on GitHub. I wonder if there is. Okay, so they're doing static. Oh, that's just an image. Let's. What's this here? So that's just the HTML. Interesting. Yeah, no, that didn't give me what I was looking for. I'm looking for some details on how to automate a deployment to a worker. It's super easy to do to a Cloudflare page. Now, I suppose we could create some sort of service account or use an API token and deploy from a GitHub action. So deploy Cloudflare worker from GitHub action. Let's first start and see if we can just serve some static content locally, because this might be interesting to might be an interesting concept just to understand anyway. That's D1. Don't need that right now. Don't need D1 right now. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need the RFC. We can keep that open for now. Well, actually, I know how to get there. Don't need that. So I think it was Hono static pages that we actually want to. I think we actually could see that in the static. So I think API bindings, index. Serve static, there we go. So we want to import that from there. So this is going to be just close some files. All right, don't need this index. Don't need this. Here, okay. Oh. Okay. So is that going to be within... So index is within sources. So here we go. Static. Oh, that's file. Silly me. Static index.html. Hi. So if we go to let's just test that it actually works at all first. Double check what we have here inside. Oh, static star. Yeah, static star. Index.html is in static star. No such module static content manifest. Let's just see here. So we have assets static. Does it need to be under the assets directory? Search there. Use /static /star static. Is there any other? You need to, okay, to edit the Wrangler toml. Dot assets, new folder, assets. Let's move static into assets, move. Assets static, okay. static, static. Okay. So now, come back here. We've changed the Wrangler toml, so we probably need to restart the server. Hello? Why are you taking so long to shut down? Come on. Shut down. Does it not worker D? Oh, that's that. Jeez. That's that. NTLP. Code insiders. I don't know what that is. Alright, I think those are all okay. Error reloading local file. No file or directory. Okay, so it does think that assets should be what the heck? So we can move static back to source. Error loading, no file or directory worker. Oh, no. If I weren't trying assets. Worker one assets. Okay, so assets needs to be here. And then static needs to be in assets. That makes sense. Okay, so now if we go to our server, here, this. No authorization header. Oh, okay, okay. All right, that's going to be not a problem, but we do want to comment those out for now. .404 not found. Static. Okay, so static is actually coming from there. Is it this? Is it just slash? Did I save the file? I did save. Do I need to restart? I shouldn't need to restart. I'm not sure. But we were able to serve a static file. They did mention rerouting. static. Well, I changed that to not be just static. It still says static. App use /star serve static. That's weird. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's about all for today. I hope there was something interesting there. I know that I saw some cool stuff, and hopefully we can make some real progress on the static site tomorrow that will utilize the API. So if you are interested, there's the Discord server, which is right here, or DevOpsDave.net /Discord. There, it's a small but growing community, and I'm always there for questions or if you want to make any comments. So thanks. Bye.